This is Reinhardt, this is your favorite Russian talking, and today we're gonna go over how to survive and how to play effectively against the melee cleaves. In fact, I'm running a different spec here. It is, if you guys can say, it's a Soul Reaper based spec with a Scourge Strike, Defile and Unholy Blight. And I'm gonna produce the whole video in a couple days of Unholy Decay Pressure Master and how to survive against the melee cleaves. But surprisingly enough, I don't think Unholy Decays are that weak against a melee cleave and against a pure physical or hybrid and even a pure magical melee cleave. So I'm gonna open up here with a Defile. Gonna start using all my offensive cooldowns. I'm gonna pop my Army of the Dead, gonna pop my Unholy Blight, put some damage and some pressure onto the red, gonna grip the healer into the blind, and here I am spreading a lot of damage with the Defile. So the spec that I'm running gives you 10% chance to essentially put a festering wound on a target when it sits in the Defile. Now the fact is, Defile does damage relatively rapidly, and what I've noticed is it usually gives you 1 or 2 festering wounds per Defile proc. So think about it this way. 2 DPS standing in one place, you put a Defile on them, both of them at least gonna get 1 festering wound, and your Scourge Strike is gonna proc on both of them at the same time. It's almost as if you placed the festering strike and the Scourge Strike at the same time, however you did it on 2 targets simultaneously. That's why I feel like Unholy Decay actually does very good spread damage. Split between your Defile, your dots. So I'm still getting familiar with the meta itself, and I do need to put quite a bit more hours before I could even think myself as a good, very good decay. But with that said, guys, what I did notice is that frequent swaps to healers, even for the temperature checks, are really good. So when I started playing back when I came back at like 1400, 1600 ratings just for a little bit, I tried to like tunnel healers. That didn't work back what I did in my day, and then I tried to kill the DPS, and that worked just a little bit with the CC the healer, but I noticed that just the frequent swaps to the healer will do wonders for you. The trick to surviving against the melee cleaves is relatively not the difficult part to execute. You need to kite, yes. What probably need to understand is that it's impossible to kite 2 DPS at the same time. Warrior charges roots, monk charges stuns, you're always gonna be stunned, and usually your windows of you dying are kind of located in that window where they stun you and they're trying to keep the crap out of you. So what essentially you need to do to survive against the melee cleaves is to predict when to Death Strike to get a Bloodforged armor. That's one thing. But at the same time, popping a Defile, Death Advance, kiting around Defile, kiting in that kind of a death charge window range of like 5 to 7 yards where they cannot melee hit you and they cannot charge you. You're kind of in that death window. That would be the good play to have. Also, what I did notice is that Soul Reaper is actually not a bad ability to play. I did notice that at least like I would say like 1/5 of my kills come from Soul Reaper specifically when they're just trying to kite. Like Soul Reaper proccing right now, getting them Shaman down relatively low. But I think the new season and the new patch is we're gonna be in a good shape, and I'm also gonna make some predictions and stuff like that. Like decays look relatively well. I'm gonna pop the Apocalypse and the guy goes down like a fucking cracker. Alright, good to be back, guys. Slowly getting better. Have patience with me. I love you all and ready for some real shit soon.